Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today, Andrew?
Not great. I'm absolutely wrecked.
Are you
Just,
sleep? I found it hard to get up today. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. Were we on such a high after everything kind of starting to open up yesterday that this morning we're all just like, ugh, because I certainly feel
Maybe.
like that.
Yeah.
And I have some bad news. Well, I have some good news. It's right now, as you can see in your window there. It's
Yeah.
absolutely glorious. It's a lovely morning out there. It's really, really nice. That's the good news. The bad news is at around 10 or 11 o'clock, that's gone, and we're in for more heavy showers across the county today. Boo! Highs of about 12 degrees.
Oh, okay. Listen, we'll get over it.
I know.
You're all right apart from being tired. All is
Other
good.
than that, I'm good. Yeah, all good.
Did you do anything yesterday that you weren't able to do for the past 4 or 5 months?
Yes, I went training last night. It was so good.
Good. I
Yeah,
did
it
nothing.
was. Oh, really?
After all my excitement, I realized I had nothing booked. I had no appointments. I hadn't arranged to meet anybody. So I did nothing after all the excitement of yesterday morning.
Well, I suppose that'll make your hair appointment. Is it Thursday? Is it? That'll make it even more special, I suppose.
It's Thursday. Oh my God, it's insane at this stage.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but listen, it was a great day and there was a great buzz. And I don't know if you saw the news last night on TV as well. I mean, they went around the country and they got a bit of a snapshot of what was going on, and people
Yeah.
were genuinely in great form.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check out the front pages of today's papers. Okay, not such great news. The front page, Irish Daily Mail front page. Housing Minister, my €15,000 cuckoo fund lost. Dara O'Brien has admitted that he himself invested in a cuckoo fund scheme and that he lost 15 grand because of it. The minister invested in a global real estate investment trust that was run by Standard Life Assurance. And he revealed to the Irish Mail on Sunday at the weekend that he lost money because of it. So that's on the front page of the Irish Daily Mail today. Check your skin, it could save your life. It's melanoma month, May, Andrew. And so people are being Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and people are being encouraged to wear sunscreen and put sunscreen on their kids and to check any unusual moles. Always get them checked. And I can speak from experience. I've had four, I think, removed at the stage, and they've all been fine, but they looked a bit dodged. So it's always worth checking them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then also on the front page, they're continuing their weight loss for the summer program in the Irish Daily Mail. You can see in the top right corner there, Andrew, desserts to help you lose pounds, and we all love those desserts that are good for you. Well, no, actually, it doesn't mean they're good for you. That are not very high calorie. That's also inside the Irish Daily Mail today.
The Examiner, as you would expect, like you mentioned about the TV news yesterday, they have pictures there on the front page. A great reopening, and it's kind of pictures of kind of staff and customers alike. I think most of these were taken in Cork yesterday, of people who are obviously excited to be back to work and to be going back into shops. However, if you look inside the paper today, you'll see a little bit more reaction, including one photograph of a stretch white limousine. And the stretch white limousine was booked, and it says queues formed. I'll read you the story. Queues formed cautiously outside barber shops and businesses from 7 a.m. on Monday morning, as Cork City, in particular, like the rest of the country, started to get out of lockdown. A white stretch limousine brought one group of eager shoppers to Penny's in Wilton, where there was also queues seen outside Brown Thomas. So they ordered themselves a stretch limo to go to Penny's, and you know what? Whoever that group were, I salute you. Fair play. They really marked the day in style, I have to say. I love that story. Off out to Penny's in a limo. The main story, though, which isn't probably what a lot of people would be willing to, put up with everything else we've gone with, and that is anger at fresh calls for water charges. Huge controversial water charges must be reintroduced if we're to meet our climate targets. The global economic think tank, the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, or the OECD, has warned. So that's a story there on the front page of the Examiner this morning as well.
The Irish Sun front page has got a photograph of Patrick Dillon. Patrick, for the first time, has been pictured. He's the man who brutally murdered his innocent 11-year-old nephew, a little boy called Brooklyn Colbert. It happened in 2019. And the reason that Patrick can now be identified, and indeed Brooklyn's picture on the front page of the paper as well, is that there was this court order lifted last week banning the identification of certain individuals, and it comes off the back of children who've been victims of homicide being allowed to be named now. So that's on the front page of the Irish Sun. Adele is pictured. It was her birthday, I think, was it last week, Andrew, and she was celebrating that. Well, it's some very sad news for Adele this morning. Shock for Adele as her dad has passed away at the age of 57. Of course, she was rather famously estranged from her father for a number of years. He'd had cancer for a while, and she has spoken about in the past about her very fractured relationship with her father, but she said to be shocked after he's died and they were unable, sadly, to resolve years of rows between the two. So that's the front page of the Irish Sun. And more, Andrew, what you're saying there about pennies at last. The pennies shops is the Irish Sun headline. And after 5 months of lockdown, pennies is back, retail is back, and we're looking forward to a further reopening next week as well of shops around the country. Click and collect, of course, and shopping by appointment is what is allowed at the moment. But next week, shops will start to reopen properly their front doors to people. So that's also in the Irish Sun front page. So that's some good news there.
By the way, there's one other line in that article in the Sun, and it's a quote from a woman who did go in. Ruth is her name. She went into pennies, and she says she went in just to get a couple of bits. She said it was a €100 dearer than I expected trip. Having just gone in to get work trousers, I emerged with 2 giant bags stuffed with lockdown wear, socks, pajamas, slippers, t-shirts, and tracksuits. So she went in for a pair of pants. She came out with all of that.
Lockdown is ending, so.
Lockdown wear, I assume. Is that probably pajamas, is it? Or maybe it's loungewear. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking of. The Independent this morning says government fund for small builders now helping finance cuckoo schemes. A government agency set up to boost lending to small house builders is now ploughing tens of millions of euro into developments being constructed for cuckoo funds. And the Dublin GA lads who were caught with the training session, the secret early morning training session, will escape any sort of COVID fine for the training session that took place as Gardaí conclude the investigation. Members of the Dublin GA football team and the background team who were there will escape any fines for breaching COVID-19 restrictions. I'm assuming the Monaghan one will follow suit, but the investigation into the Monaghan training session where over 40 people took part has yet to conclude. I'm assuming if Dublin get away with it, Monaghan will too, but that investigation has yet to conclude. That's also in the Independent this morning.
Now, some of the top trends that we're waiting to Tuesday morning. Israel is trending. Some very sad scenes coming out of Israel yesterday after a deadly airstrike there killed at least 20 people. Reports believe that as many as 9 of those are children. So very, very sad. 65 people wounded as well. And the EU has come out and calling for an immediate end to these attacks in Israel. So that's one of the top trends that people are chatting about today. Gary Neville is trending. Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville picked their team of the year last night, both without Mo Salah. So that obviously caused a few surprises. Andrew, did it?
I think most fans other than Liverpool were probably in agreement. Liverpool, of course, will, as Joe suggested, sure, we're still current Premier League champions for at least another day or so anyway. But Liverpool are a joke this season, and that's not really a real surprise. I suppose it's just because he is Liverpool's best player. But we can all, agree that Liverpool haven't had the best season. But they were pretty much in agreement for most of the choice. I think there was a different right back in each team, a different goalkeeper in each team, and maybe one different midfielder, but they were pretty much in agreement with the rest of it. Dr. Cassidy's casebook is trending as well. It was a new show on RT last night. Dr. Mary Cassidy, the former state pathologist. I saw about 10 minutes of this last night, but it looked like they're kind of going through some of her big high-profile cases that she's been involved with since taking up the role in Ireland. That's also trending this morning. And Clareburn Live, you mentioned housing there, Elaine. They spoke in depth about housing and a debate on the housing crisis on Clareburn Live last night as well.
Now, we've got a busy show on the way as well. We're live on in 5 minutes' time from 7 until 9. Loads to do, loads of good music, loads of new music. Andrew, new Coldplay music. Have you heard their new song? It's great. Let's play it on the show today. We're going to play that weekend, the remix of Save Your Tears, the Ariana Grande.
Oh, yes. Somebody texted about it yesterday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's great as well. So we've got both those new songs on the show today and some good oldies coming up as well.
Yeah, we're going to continue at Radio Bingo. Live draw will happen at about 10 to 8 this morning, so we'll do the live draw there. We've also got your chance to enter into the Lee Strand 550, And we're going to talk the big invite. We're hoping that once things are a little bit more settled and certainly safer to do so, we are looking for your help to invite as many people to the county as possible. But we'll give you full details on that as well on the show this morning. In the meantime, if you want to have a chat with us, you can comment here and we'll give you a mention on air, or text or WhatsApp our number 083 300 3300, and enjoy your Tuesday. Have a good one. Good luck.
Have a good one, guys. Guys,